Y'all come on and tag some friends, tag some married folk in this. Please tag all your married cousins and want to be married cousins, supposed to be married cousins, whatever. And tag them in this so we can have a good talk tonight. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna let you talk to. So, hey, y'all come on. We are on YouTube. Please go to our YouTube channel, O'Berry Kingdom. That's what it is.
Yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel at O'Berry Kingdom.
Hear these commercials.
Because that's where we're going to transfer. Because Facebook has only keep our videos for 30 days, so we have lost a lot of footage by not backing it up onto YouTube. So for now, we're going to try to stream directly to YouTube, and you can talk on YouTube as well. So I'm gonna drop it on the link. I'm gonna drop it too.
Go to YouTube and drop the link. You drop the link, and you can go to YouTube, and y'all be able to see this forever. It's gonna be up on YouTube forever. Y'all can put on their Berry Kingdom. Go subscribe. We need 1,000 subscribers. Right now, I think we have.
Long way, 350.
We got 350 subscribers. We got to get to 1,000. We need 1,000 folk to go over to YouTube and subscribe to O'Berry Kingdom. Let's do this, y'all. We are, man, listen. God is allowing us to reach so many people. It's mind blowing. We want to give a shout out before we start because I know they're probably watching. Chris and Shawnee, we spent the weekend with them up in Virginia. I had the privilege of marrying them 3 years ago in 2022, and we have become nothing but family. And so, it's grateful for them. We spent the holiday with them Friday, Sunday, and so it was great. We was up in Virginia. Shawnee and Chris, we love you all. That's our extended family. We in this thing to death do us part. So, but I just want to send that shout out, man, up in Virginia, man. And they already up in Virginia, and they watches and tuned in, and man, they was, quoting things that I said and taking notes and things, and it's good. But they up in Virginia, and I got a chance. They're also a ministry that's watching that said something to me from Chicago. I believe it was New Vision or something like that from Chicago. We're grateful for you for watching. Thank you for sending me a message. We are hitting different places, man. Our prayers that is hit everywhere we can. Just to truly be a help.
You may have to copy it. I don't know why it's not letting us click the link.
We just want to be effective.
If you just go to YouTube, Rob, can you go over there for me really quickly? Go to YouTube and just go to O'Berry Kingdom. We should pop up. You'll see our family picture. O'Berry Kingdom, and hit the subscription button and just tell me what's going on over there. I'm trying to pull it up myself on my other devices so we can see what's going on.
We're here.
I know you can see.
We are here tonight. We're back. We didn't come on. We wasn't on last night as normal because we was on the road, and we got back about 8:30 last night.
Hey Sean, thank you for joining us.
We was tired driving, had a long drive. Traffic was crazy trying to get back home from Virginia, and so but we're grateful God brought us home, and we're here tonight to talk. But normally, for our new viewers, we on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. or 9, between 8 and 9. We're on. Just talk about marriage, talk about life, and how important marriage is, and what works, what we can need help with, things like that when it comes to our marriage. So quickly, those who may be watching, you have anything that you want to talk about, put it in the chats. Any questions, any topics, those on TikTok, any questions, any topics, put in the chat. We're gonna talk about it. We kind of gotta, as always, we have something we want to talk about. But if there's something out there that needs to be talked about, you want to talk about it. We take a moment, open the flow up, then maybe change our direction on what we want to talk. So, and for everybody that's on, please share this on Facebook. Our goal every week is to get 20 plus shares. Our goal every week, and I truly believe, man, the more shares we get, the more people we can reach to help their lives. And who knows, by you hitting that share button, you probably can help save somebody's marriage. You can help save somebody um, in many different ways. You can help. You can help. So please hit that share button, hit that share button, hit that like button. Keep tagging folks in. And let's make and listen. We are here. We're not counselors and things like that, which we do counseling, and that's my chaplain service and everything like that. But we're here today to open this podcast up, open this floor, this platform to talk about marriage, because we truly believe that marriage can work. Marriage is a work, but it can work. Our number one, um, our number one goal is that divorce is not an option. Anything worth keeping is worth fighting for. Thank you all who just subscribed. Tamara, I believe Tamara, somebody else, Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie, I thank God for you all. Appreciate you. Keep on. Our goal is 1,000. We want to get to 1,000. We want 1,000 more, but we want to be able to spread the good news, man. Spread that things and life is durable. But most of all, marriage is doable. While we're still waiting on some people to come in on all our platforms, you all tell us, hey, tell us something you want to talk about or any questions you have. We're gonna open the floor for you for a minute and try to answer any questions, anything before we get into our lesson tonight or get into our talk. But just go to the page. Um, Pardon the interruption. This is real love, real talk, unscripted. So, unscripted means you're gonna get it raw, fresh off the press, off the grill, whatever. All the emotions, all the answers and thoughts. Nothing is pre-scripted. Everything is straight off the muscle. So that was good. So tonight, thank God for all our new viewers.
Thank you, Rock. I'll figure it out when I get over there, but it is recording, so that's a good thing. So I guess once
and we had people just say that they subscribe. Tamara did it.
Awesome.
Stephanie did it.
But thank y'all for subscribing. Hi over here on TikTok. Keep those hearts coming. Thank you. That was tapping that screen.
All that good stuff. We're going hard in the paint with this because we realize that we are really reaching and we're really helping people's lives, and it's great. It's great. And we pray that those who watch and those who are faithful every week, we pray that this is helping you all's lives too. So I'm Charles. This is Carla. I'm Charles.
I'm Carla.
And we're the O'Berries.
You be on one every other night.
We're gonna do a video so that a video play before we come on, let you know how we supposed to do it, but this is unscripted. Every week is something different. You just never know. Every day is a different day. You will feel different every day.
So yeah. So I've been hit with a bunch of topics.
Yes.
Today, and we're gonna see how far we get with certain ones. Kind of getting a brass opinion. I think a lot of these things we have already visited a few times, and that's why I'm like, okay, YouTube done took our stuff. I mean, we don't have the same thing. So one of the main questions is how tiring it is to keep picking up after your mate. So it's pretty much helping. Cleaning, and I think we have already, so we're gonna hit these and hit them quickly. And then y'all can give some feedback or chime in on it from there about cleaning. These are just topics that they threw up out at us about cleaning, helping spouses cleaning. How do you deal with having a spouse that doesn't clean and you want them to clean, or is clean and you're not clean, or vice versa. So just giving y'all talk to us tonight and tell us y'all thoughts on that. How do you handle it? From my perspective on how I handle it, we already talked about this. I just rather just do it, and then I know it's done right and the way I want it done. Um, but it's all
Oh, there you go. Look like it might be on.
up to your perspective and how you handle it. What you think? We talking about cleaning. Spouses helping each other clean.
Oh Lord.
Please. You can use water.
Swallow silently.
Yeah. I'm coming, y'all. We just having some behind the scenes.
Good evening. So, what we decided to talk about?
Cleaning.
I thought we were talking about the application.
But it is.
You gonna try to record?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This just was the question that was sent to us. So I just want to touch on the questions that were sent to us. And it says
Yes.
how tired it is to keep picking up after your mate.
So we're talking about, okay, how tired it is to be cleaning up after your mate.
And how do you handle, pretty much, how do you handle when your mate is on the nasty side? Cleaning up is not on
So
the
you got to define what is nasty. And this is once again, because y'all always be picking fights and stuff, man. And it's like you gotta pick your battles, you gotta pick when it comes to certain things, because everybody's raised differently. But like I always said, when you saying nasty, you got to look at from what perspective. This whole thing is a perspective look. I said every week is what you, because you're saying nasty because that's nasty to you. It might not be nasty to the other person. So if you got a certain way that you do things or you want things to be, then you do it. For instance, I always say this, how she fold towels. I don't mind doing laundry, but she got a certain way that she rolls and folds everything. So if you got a way that you want it done, that means that is all yours to do. You can't expect somebody to do it how you want them to do it. If you ask me to do something, I'm going to do it how I do it. You can't tell me how to, ask me to do it, then want to tell me how to do it. Because that's when I'm going to say, you do it. And that's in any area. Now you ask me to wash the dishes. Don't sit there and be a micromanager and a drill sergeant on how to wash the dishes, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk out the kitchen and tell you wash the dishes. So once again, how do you gotta look at what are you saying? Define what is nasty. Define what is that? Because in these situations, why it's so important to talk about it, even cleanliness and being cleansed, is because it causes a lot of problems and arguments and fights over cleaning. I know as men, we have a hard time just taking clothes off and just throwing them on the floor and things like that. I think that's a man thing. See, she said that. So I have learned.
That's part of the whole nasty thing. We just had this conversation at my job the other day.
Oh.
I would do the basic cleaning and clean behind the kids, but sir, if you see that dirty clothes basket, put it that dirty clothes basket.
Yeah, I agree.
In the basket. Exactly.
Oh Lord, here goes Sabrina.
Hey.
That's my girl. Girl, I thought you were gonna let me down for a minute, but girl, you popped up. Won't he do it? No, but
and that's true. Like if you got
put the clothes,
and again, like you said, the basket. Okay, if you
what is a basket on the plane?
Go ahead. You have provided the basket for your spouse, or you know that it's there, then your clothes should go in the basket. It should go in the basket. I agree. And that's a lot with the kids too. I had to tell them put it in the basket. But how? For those who struggle with this, that they won't put it in the basket, then you won't have no clean clothes. Because this is the designated area for laundry. Now, if it don't make it into the basket or make it to the laundry room where the designated area, and this way communication come in. Once we have sat down, we have established that this is the designated location
for the
laundry. Now, when it comes to the point of when your clothes not clean, don't come for me because it wasn't in the designated area. I think that'll help eliminate stuff, and then that'll see when they get tired of not having clean clothes, or vice versa. Like it's just certain things that you have to establish in your relationship, in your marriage, on how to handle that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Dealing with what else I was about to say with the laundry?
I mean, but even like, and I get it too now, especially as a man. I feel like if your wife, your spouse has got the basket, the least we can do is put the clothes in the basket. I can't defend. Now that's being nasty. Now I won't say that's being nasty. That's just lazy. I don't think it's a nasty. I think it's still the A, and it's still in there, but is a difference. I don't want to call it being nasty. I believe it's just being lazy. And I think being lazy causes nasty habits and nasty tension and nasty attitudes and things from your spouse and from things because you just flat out lazy. It's lazy for you to take your clothes off and just leave them right there when you know we have this area. I would say that. I would say that. I mean, but yeah, but I would say that that's very and considered to be lazy and sometimes it may unconsiderate. And it all depends on what type of house you have. I know for me, sometimes when I do certain things and I go back and fix it because I feel like I'm just being so inconsiderate. My wife done clean the house. She done, you know what I'm saying, it's smelling all good. I walk in and here I come with all this, just throw my clothes on the couch or just throw my coffee cup. No dishes in this. Yeah, and I go and throw it. So I walk back in and go like, man, at least I could do is keep it clean for the moment that is gonna stay clean. You know what I'm saying?
And it's understanding it's pick your battles. He said that was one of the strongest things that stood out.
Pick your battles.
If it's worth, like if I'm walking past it and I see it, then I'm just gonna pick it up. Even though I may fuss and tuss a little bit, but I just pick my battles. And for our standpoint, I can't speak for everything. Again, we tell you this is 100 relationship. You're not a 50-50, and we talk about the whole role and gender thing.
Right.
Not gender, but roles in a marriage.
Right.
You are whatever makes the house work. Especially for a two working households. That makes a big difference.
Now, I will say real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry, make a drop.
You do always.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But a two working household, it makes a total difference. I clean all day, y'all. I wake up as soon as I jump out the bed. We talked about the whole make up the bed thing. You know, we had that conversation. I'm gonna get up out the bed, make up the bed. My daughter just today talking about
the Lord's still working on me.
She was looking for a laundry bag. Tell Mama, I be washing clothes like you do every day. I do wash clothes every day because I try to stay on top of things. But again, I'm at home. My husband go out and work, so I don't expect him to come home and not have clean clothes. I don't expect him to come home and not have. Well, we make dinner do what it do. I'm still working on that.
The Lord's still working on her.
Still working on me on that.
Still working on me.
But for those who in a two working household, we got to work this thing together. You cannot expect her to help
do all this and go to work. Yeah, I was about to talk about that.
Go ahead, where you go?
Yeah, I was about to talk
that. Take it from a man.
Yeah, from a man perspective, man. As a man, I cannot sit here and expect my wife to go to work and work and all this shit and come home and do everything at home. It gotta be a line drawn. Now, if she going to work, then if we both playing a part in working, we both got to play a part in taking care of the house. Like I said, if I'm going out working and she home, then there's certain things I do expect for her because she's home and she's doing things. That some things I shouldn't have to do when I come home because she was here. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of me handling the bill. And I always say this, man. If you want to be the boss, you got to pay the cost. You got to. If you want to sit around and say, hey, man, I ain't doing this, and you the wife do this, then you got to make sure you handling everything else. For her time and stuff to be free, you got to make sure she's handling that. You got to make sure you are handling the bill. You got to make sure she, you know what I'm saying? If I want my clothes clean every day, I got to make sure I'm paying that water bill. If I want food cooked, I got to make sure I'm paying that light bill. I got to make sure I'm buying the bacon for her to fry the bacon. You feel what I'm saying? So things that I want, I create as a man. I create the family, the atmosphere, the house, because I am the leader that I'm expecting, that I'm wanting. I create that. I create that good bond. I create the atmosphere of what I feel like I deserve and what I feel like I want for my life. And I create that just by how I handle my business and what I give and what I take and do different things like that. So especially if your spouse is working, if it's two household working, which in 2025 it takes that, then both of y'all got to work in the house and outside the house. You can't just be one sided. It can't be. It definitely ain't no roles when everybody's working. It ain't none. Now you got to sit here and really have some conversation. Like, hey, but I'm tired like you. My feet hurt like you. I done did this. We got kids. We got, you know what I'm saying. So in that aspect, you got to be considerate if your spouse is working, if both houses working. And not even that. If she's not working, you still got to be considered. I still be considered the fact
still, even if
it's
she's
still
not
a lot.
working outside of the home, let's understand.
Please.
Work outside of the home. If you're working as some homemakers, you're still working. Constantly working. And I used to tell my husband that because he always said that we had to learn this early on too, because I had an office job and he was out in the field. Mental exhaustion is harder and more strenuous than physical working.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of that. But Tam said, now one time I just threw my clothes on the floor too and didn't say a word. He got the kids up and they all started cleaning. That reverse psychology absolutely works. So if you want to be nasty, you want to throw clothes on the floor, we all gonna be nasty. Let me see who outlaw. Now sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. I've learned that my husband, I did not know this man know how to clean, but to that point where I just like, I'm not cleaning, I'm tired of cleaning. He clean. When he get in that mode, he can clean. And that's why I have learned that, oh, this man can clean. He been playing me this whole time.
I can clean.
You can.
I've been taught to clean.
You really can, but you ain't tried me for a long time.
No. Telling people the truth. Telling people the truth. It ain't the fact because you want me to clean how you want me to clean.
But you can clean how I want you to clean. You just put in that effort. He said that loud. The man set the atmosphere. Absolutely.
The man does set the atmosphere. And Sabrina, this and what I'm saying, even the men that be watching right now, this is just me. I'm just saying from my perspective of it. Cause I know everybody's different. Everybody been raised different things like that. But I just feel it, in my opinion, that men set the atmosphere for their house. Mm-hmm. You set the atmosphere, and when you just how we set the atmosphere the same way you lay the law down. So you send the atmosphere up and you lay the law down. That's how it is. That's part of being a man. But to be that man, to be that leader, to be that head, man, you got to have the material. You got to, and I truly believe a woman will work with a man if they have the material to work with. I truly believe in your marriage, and both vice versa, but I truly believe as a woman working with a man that they will work if the material is there. It's hard to build a house if you don't have the material. It's hard to build trust. It's hard to build finances. It's hard to build things if you don't have the material. That's why you got to take time and date each other. You got to take time to talk and communicate, because that's you gathering the material for what you're trying to build. If you ain't trying to build nothing, don't get no material. But if you're trying to build a marriage, you're trying to build a life, you're trying to build a house and then a home, you're trying to build what you need for your family, it takes material. And the material is not in Home Depot, it's not in Lowe's, it's not all over the place. You know where the material is? It's on the inside of you all. I got to pull out of her, she got to pull out of me. I'm telling y'all, 18 years, in 2 months in February, it'll be 18 years. And I promise you, she have pulled so much out of me, and I have pulled so much out of her. You feel what I'm saying? To really get that material that we can work with. Because it's some things inside of me I didn't even know I had down there. Until my wife started pulling up, oh man, I got to man up on this. I got to be different on this here. I need to handle this. She started some things about her. Showing her worth, letting her know that she's worth more than this, and letting her know where her level, letting her, you know what I'm saying, insecurities and even down the looks and stuff. Sometimes it take that for you to pull the best out of them, so you can use that material to build what you are desiring.
Ty, the topic is about cleaning after your mate, how tiring it is to keep picking up after your mate. And
hey Ty.
How do you handle when your mate is on the nasty side? Cleaning up is not on their agenda. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. And Miss Stephanie said, my husband's sole worker. He does the laundry, folding and ironing. We both clean and cook, and we pick up after each other if necessary. I'm disabled.
Okay.
That's
good.
Awesome. That's understandable.
That's good.
And Janae said, what type of material they need?
That's a good question. What type of material do you need? Well,
Girl, Jones.
Well, the type of material that you need is whatever you need to build your house.
Is communication. That's the number one material.
You scroll up.
That's what she's saying. What
I'm just saying.
That's what type of material you need. And then she was answering her question. She said communication is part of the material.
Got you. Okay. I'm just saying, but she asked what communication is, but really the material is what type of marriage that you're trying to have, that you're trying to build. Because you got to remember, man, your marriage just ain't stopped when you said I do. You in the building, you always building. You always getting better. The same way you get older is you supposed to get better. That's why they say wine get fine, get better with time. That's how your marriage is supposed to be. When you hit certain marks and certain years in your marriage, you ought to have certain targets. You ought to have certain things you're hitting in your marriage to make you grow and to make you get better. So material you need is what type of marriage that you are building.
Trust.
Everybody marriage different.
Forgiveness, these are materials. Right. Trust, communication, forgiveness, understanding, application, patience. All of these things once again, are material.
What type of house, what type of marriage you're building? Because some people marriage, they don't have to communicate. Some people have open marriages. Some people have. They don't like that.
Not to communicate. But she would say, "What is the materials that you need? Those are the materials that you need, and you have to apply those materials. You can't just have materials like right now. I got so much materials around this house right now. I got 50 projects going on, and nothing is getting done because I have yet to apply the materials. I have yet to move everything out,
correct,
and start applying it. So you can have all these materials, the communication. You can have these things, but if you don't put it to application, you don't apply it to your marriage, you just got material. You just got stuff sitting here.
But do you know why stuff sit here? Because the very thing you said earlier is, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
So if you don't know what you're building, you can. That's why I say she asked what type of material you need. First, you got to come to understand of what are you building. Because you can waste money buying all that. No, what type of marriage? Like right now, you're trying to put together, you talking about Christmas stuff and all this. You're trying to put together what the house going to look like, but you said in your mind, I don't know. So you got materials for something you don't know. The first thing you need to know is what I'm building, then I can go get it. Because you can go get something that you don't even need. And that be the problem with a lot of marriages, that you have a lot of stuff you don't need. Let me tell you one thing you got in your marriage you don't need: other people's advice, other people's opinions. Yeah. You have so much, you don't need that, but you don't know what you're building, so you can take that. Girl, you ain't got to take that. Dude, man, she need to be doing this, she need to be doing that. That's stuff you don't need, but the reason why you take it is because you don't know what you're building. And so then when you take all the excess stuff, that's when you build something off of what somebody else said and not building for what you have for yourselves. So once again, before you get any stuff to build with material, first ask you and your spouse a question: what are we building? I didn't get loud. I'm getting loud. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm break down. Where are we going? That's the first question. What are we doing? I bet you we can look at the people that's on live now. When the last time you asked your spouse, where are we going? What are we doing? You know, what up, you know what I'm saying, to get that material, you know, with it. You said too about you can have it, you don't want to use, apply it, definitely. That's all I agree with you. But then you have it. But once again, if you don't know what you're building, what you're applying it to.
Wait, first, I get what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying? You don't know what you're building.
You don't know what you're supposed to be building a marriage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So what type? What kind of marriage?
A healthy.
But what is healthy? Define what's healthy to you. Because some people believe in doing certain things that's healthy to them.
It doesn't matter what they believe in, but that's not what.
But what's healthy? It's healthy to them. You can't tell the people what that, because once again, that's your perspective. Our marriage might not be. Some people believe in 2 different bank accounts. Some people believe in having one. That's healthy to them. So what is healthy? What are you building? Because everybody's marriage is not the same. What are you building? You say healthy, but what is healthy? What is healthy? What is a healthy marriage?
Because it go by what you're building with you and your spouse, not with everybody else. Because I can tell you, I can give you a definition of what a healthy marriage is, but it's what healthy to me. What is healthy to you? What is healthy? I can't, us sitting here talking to y'all, we can't live for y'all. That's what she said, application of it. We can't live for you also. You got to define what's best for you.
And that's what I said. That's the problem. Grabbing materials you don't need for your marriage. Communicate and find what you all need for your home.
You got to come to understand, say, what are we building? Right. And then we can go out and find it. You feel what I'm saying? Then we can go and get it. Because the material you're really building is and you need is already on the inside of you. But the question is, what are we building? That's just like, man, my son's 17 years. I love my son. And it's like raising a young man. But you got to figure out what materials you have. Because these young men ain't the same like how we was. We came around with man, men use their hands and strong minded, but now these young boys different. So I had to realize, man, what type of material is my son? Let me see what I'm working with. Let me see his thought pattern. Let me see what he gonna, because everybody is different. And you can't go off grandma and them marriage, because grandma and them, man, you know, it's something they ain't told y'all. It's something that go on, so you can't go off everybody else. You got to go off on the inside. And that's where the intimacy come in at. It's not just the sex part. It's the intimacy to say that intimacy gets the material that you need. When you get into each other from both ends, you'll realize what I'm working with. You'll realize, I could trust this person. You realize that I can talk to this person about anything. We realize that I give my life for this person. I realize that when you get intimacy here and down there, in the sense, I'm trying to be on Facebook appropriate there. But y'all holler back though. Y'all talk. Somebody else said something. But even with that, just knowing, because then it boiled down to the cleanliness. It boiled down to, man, what are you doing? Because cleanliness and misunderstanding things like that can cause a lot of issues. But then it comes down to the point of what you are building. What you are building. Like right now, it's the first day of the last month of the year. So now we're trying to finish strong, but yet we're trying to prepare to start good. So you want to finish strong, but you want to start strong coming into the New Year's. And what are some goals? What are some plans that you have for the new year? Have you took a moment and look back over this year and see where can we grow? Where do we go wrong? What can we do better? What do we need to eliminate? What do we do? You got to look back over your marriage. You got to look back over things and see how we can get better. And if that's some area of, hey, man, we need to clean better. We need to go to the doctor, man. We need to get our health better. And your health kick should not just be the first of the year. Your health kick should be all through the year. you gotta get, and the reason why I truly believe in getting healthy, because I want to live long enough to be with my wife as much time as we can. Long enough to see my kids grow up, to play with my grandkids. And some of y'all may already have experienced that, grandkids and things like that. But I want to be able to live long enough so that, man, I can see as much of my family and spend much time as I can. So I go to the doctor, I go to the dentist, I go eye doctors, I go make sure, man, I go get my feet done, I go get my hands, I go take care of my feet, I go through, because that's how I feed my family. I take care of my feet, I take care of my hands, I take care of my ears, my nose, I take care, because that's how I feed my family, my eyes. So I do this for myself, but that's how I feed my family. But that's my desire. That's the house we're building. And man, you know, my wife said something to me. I'm gonna put on blast real quick. This unscripted. My wife said something to me that was so profound that I thought, man, she was just rolling in the Holy Spirit. Ooh. My. We were talking about, you know, marriage, because we always talk about marriage, and we always talk about how can we be more effective. And, you know, and I think I asked you a question about how can married people like spend time away from each other, whatever. And then you told me, you said, I don't make you want to be away from me. Remember? Kinda. It was the Holy Spirit, so you couldn't. It was the Holy Spirit working. I knew it was the Spirit because I know you didn't. That was the Lord working on you because the way you said it was off chain. But it was so off the chain. I had to remember that jive.
You just say like how we spend time. Like it just because some people in their marriage again, we were talking about the way they feel, like the arguing, the bickering, and stuff like that.
Yeah, the arguing and stuff.
Want to stay away. But now for us, I just
it make
nothing that we do in our marriage that really
make you want to not come home. Make me want to go and spend more time with the homies than I do my wife and things like that. We were talking about just trying to come up with things and what people deal with and stuff. And I was like, but why do and we always consider our marriage first. And I was like, why does this happen? I never have that urge. And she said, because we don't give each other that urge not to want to be around each other. And sometimes you got to think about that in your marriage. Like, why do your husband want to stay out? Or why do your wife go with the girls and all that, do more stuff? Because sometimes is it that you give them that urge to want to not be with you? Just different things when you're looking at. Urge is a good. That urge just came to me.
Yeah, some people just be wanting to get away because of the nagging and the fussing and the bickering and the little stuff. Because every time clean up this, clean up that, clean up this, clean up that, do this, do that. So sometimes we get like, okay, bro, I'm just gonna stay out.
I'm still gonna stay.
Is it about time for her to go to bed?
Yeah.
Is she about to go to bed? Or is he
about to go to bed?
He get ready for work.
Right. I'm just gonna stay and chill. Or I'm gonna be in the living room till I hear she sleep. Then I'm gonna go get in the bed.
Peace.
Gotta be the peace.
You have to be.
Think of that word again, peace.
You have to be each other's peace when it comes to your marriage and your spouse.
Please, y'all share. Make sure y'all sharing. Make sure y'all sharing. Sharing.
And that peace comes with understanding.
TikTok, y'all share.
And peace comes with understanding and understanding one another. And again, everything, because us as women, speaking for us, we have a my way or no way type mentality.
Yes.
And it's hard for us to compromise. But in order for your marriage to work and be better, it comes with compromising. Compromising and understanding, leaning, and again, picking your battles and taking some L's for the W.
Right.
Some L's you're going to have to take to make the W. 2 L's
make the W.
So you have to
two capital L's, 2 big losses will make one big W.
Yeah, so sometimes you just have
gotta lose the win. Gotta lose the win.
And you the helpmate. We help each other. We help each other to be better.
Deny yourself, your pride and stuff.
You did bring that up. You were saying about the doctor and stuff like that. For the doctor's appointments, for him, I know his schedule. Certain things, and women, you have to take initiative. I would say lead. Your man is still the head, but you gotta understand, men do not think the way we think.
Don't.
They are go-getters. They are one track on providing. They are one track on protecting. They are one track on being the priest, the prophet, and the king, but they're not thinking about themselves. Most of the time, like most men say, I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about my wife. So you as that helpmate, you have to be that balance for them and start thinking about them. Take that initiative. Your husband, he's one of the ones, because men do not like to go to the doctor. We understand that. And we shifting gears because this is one of the things that we talked about.
It sounds a long list.
About the doctor. If you know your spouse, don't go to the doctor. Make the appointment for them.
Now, that one thing I would say, she does that.
You have to have that schedule. If I know you work 9 to 3, okay, well, I'm going to make your appointment from 3:30 to 4 o'clock. And if I have to take off the day to meet you there, then we're going to go together because your health matters. You cannot be that provider and protector if you're not healthy enough, if you're not taking care of yourself. Self-care is for men as well. I'm big on that. For men taking care of themselves. Make the dentist appointment. Make the eye doctor's appointment. Make the regular doctor.
Get the primary care doctor.
You ain't got to go but once a year to these things. Well, dentist is every 6 months.
Yeah.
But we're talking about, we bouncing topics. Nikki, we were first talking about cleaning, helping your mate clean, being a helpmate. And now we're just talking about self-care and understanding one another. And
all the wrapped together in there. Yeah, but I will say too though that that's something that she does. Like it be sometimes I get a notification to my phone that I got an appointment. Because when she was at the eye doctor, she went ahead and made my appointment. Or when she was at the dentist, she went ahead and made my appointment while she was in there. So it just like she'll tell me, hey man, on this day you got to be here. Like I had I got a doctor appointment with one of my major doctors and stuff, and she like, do you need me to go with you? And I'm like, hey, well, I think I can handle this one on my own.
And guess what? I'm still gonna be there, or even if I'm not,
it's like,
I'm not in the room with him at the doctor's appointment,
I'm
on the phone. Yeah, I need to know. And yes, Deshaun, Shanice make the appointment. Shanice make the appointment for him because he needs.
Yeah, you got to make the
doctor.
appointment. Yeah, she make the appointment and she make sure I show up.
And y'all,
and we got the same doctor though. So when I don't see my doctor like I'm supposed to, man, the doctor tell him like, "Where your husband?" Like, I ain't seen him, man, bro. He need to come see me, this and that. So like, man, tell the doc I'll be there next week. I already got the appointment.
Statistically, men die before the wife because of those very reasons, because you don't take care of yourself.
Right.
And you got a lot of pressure on you. And women, you have to relieve that pressure from the man.
Right. Stress reliever.
Yeah. So anything y'all give us?
Yeah, y'all talk back. But yeah, it's but I would say it's very important. Wives, it's very important that
you gotta help. That's all I say, man.
Yeah, you gotta help. You got, and once again,
see, that's good.
It's building that atmosphere.
Somebody making the appointment. Time my husband makes my appointments.
Right, as you should. Yeah, like somebody doing it.
Somebody gotta take care.
Somebody making it.
Especially people with small children.
You gotta make that.
Nobody, and I'm telling you all the time, nobody gonna take care of your kids like you.
Like you, and I want to see my kids be grown because I don't want to leave my kid with nobody. I want to be able to watch my kids grow up. You know.
So make the appointment, go to the doctor, go check on them. And like I say, women, you could talk all of this trash. He won't do this and he won't do that. But what are you doing to push him to do better?
Yeah. And I will say that even on because we are a faith belief, we believe in Jesus Christ, and this is what our platform is definitely a Christian platform. And so when it comes to God, man, God is concerned about the whole man and just not about your spirit, man. God is concerned about your whole man. And so it ain't just about you showing up to church and doing things on Sunday and operating in the kingdom. Man, you got to know how to operate here on this earth too as well and take care of your body. And I know even things we eat and blood pressure and all this stuff, we know, especially in our African American community, that what we deal with. We deal with blood pressure, we deal with this. And you got to be able, man, like my wife, man, I am addicted. I'm an addict. And I can say I have a problem. I love my Coke Zeros. I love Coke Zeros. And man, I have a few of them, they get cold. I have a couple of them, and next thing you know, she's like, babe, you back drinking them, and that's your second one for the day. And she keeping a tab on it or something. You know what I'm saying? And I love my Coke Zero stuff, but she's watching out for me. Man, you need to drink some water today. You need to do this. Because it's just that love. When you really love your spouse, you want to be around them, you want to see them, and you want what's best for them. So that means if you got to do something a little extra to pull out the best in your spouse, that's a great thing to do. And fellas, especially fellas, and I talk to the fellas, man, if you got a wife that want to do this and really looking out for you, man, do not lose your favor. Do not lose that good thing being stubborn. Do not lose that good thing being hard-headed and stuff, man, because that's not cool.
And that's what we're saying about, you say, what about a spouse that won't go to the doctor?
Yeah,
it's not a one. You got a choice. I mean, you got a choice, but not got a choice.
Sabrina, I'm blanking. Help. I ain't gonna tell you, because
just make sure the life insurance too.
Yeah, we got life insurance. We do have life insurance. I'm not even talking about that
when she said with the spouse, because you got to know your own worth. Like, you want to leave your wife.
Yeah, right. It made me. Yeah, because when I really got sick, and I got sick, I done had back surgeries, neck surgeries. I done had so many things done, man. My shoulder done and stuff. I done been down bad a few times throughout our marriage. I'm talking about down sick, and it's like I had to watch my wife take care of me, wash me, things like that, get me on the toilet, stuff like that she really had to do. And I made up my mind to never, if I had anything to do with it, to put her in the predicaments that we already got 4 kids, and I became the 5th one, you know. And I just made my mind, hey man, I don't ever want to put her in that predicament that she got to wipe me like that, and she got to wash me, and she got to get me dressed. It was a time she had to get me dressed. She had to put me in the shower and wash my body and things. So I'm just giving up this. I'm just saying. I'm answering the question.
You ain't got to the answer yet.
I'm telling you, I just choose. You talking about why don't go to that? I say it's all on the man, but I just choose not to put my wife in that predicament to have to do that. Just let me go and answer my question. We giving content here. Once again, it's my prerogative. Communication, and ask why they don't go to the doctor. Communicate. I'm sorry.
Why they don't want to
go to the doctor. I'm sorry, I don't have my Ray-Bans on like somebody. She got her Flay bands on. Go ahead.
Right, I be around here hiding snacks from him, and he might say, "Can you bring me some juice?" I bring back a glass of water. He knows that you already had too much juice. Exactly.
Right, right.
Oh, we talking now. Uncle Bruce always keep your policy paid up.
Yes, sir.
No, listen. And that's what I'm saying. For those who don't go to the doctor, just make sure.
Yeah, I got life insurance.
Because if we gonna do this, we gonna do this.
Deshaun, we got life. We got policies.
He said that's what we need to talk about.
I have life insurance. Hey, we got a blessed assurance and life insurance. We going in the ground and we getting back up. Can I not answer?
I just want. I mean, because you know, sometimes remember y'all. What we said, Ty, we talk versus communicating. Listen, girl, that thing has stuck with us, baby.
Blessed assurance.
I said, are you talking right now, or are we communicating?
All I say was we got I wasn't about to say nothing about our policies. Okay. You think we about to go? Oh, we're not about to say anything.
Okay, it's okay. But yes, Deshaun, it's definitely very important to have a policy. I don't want to say yes, like just on your spouse. That just seems so.
Yes, on your spouse, my dog.
On each other for first of all,
and making kids
so
your rider.
You don't have to be around here doing no GoFundMe. That's
I don't. We don't want to find no chicken for you.
And then to make sure your generational wealth. That's what we do not talk about.
Generational wealth.
That's more for the purpose of us. Not for ourselves. I laugh and joke. I pray that we live that my children don't have to use the policy and that it falls to my grandchildren and my great grandchildren that they can get the leg up. Yeah. But yes, having insurance policy on each other is important.
Yeah, and even
rather than on each other, just having it and let somebody be the beneficiary. Than, like you said, on each other. But you need to make sure, hey, you got a policy.
You got a target, right? You got this.
Not necessary to say on each other because a lot of people. But you can have it on each other. But when those who bicker about having money and all that on each other, that's because you're looking for a door. You expect a divorce or anything like that. So now you get scared. I don't want you to have no.
Have it on me.
Hurt me. You're gonna do these things. You're gonna unalive me and stuff like that. But that's not the case. When you go in your marriage, we in this thing to death do us part. What is the issue with having a policy?
Yes. And really, too, Deshaun, that's a great thing. Man, when I go with this, man, for us not even leave our policies to our kids. We want to leave it to our grandkids. Like we want to be able to leave something to our third and fourth generation. So, and one of the goals I have personally is that, man, I want to have money in my account to where I can swipe a card for a funeral compared to have to go through life insurance that just so that policy don't have to go to burying me. It goes towards, like you say, paying off the house or giving it to my grandkids and stuff. So, man, once again, them goals like them things you talk about, man. If something was to happen to me today, my wife knows exactly how I want to be laid out and vice versa, down to what we put on the thing. Those conversations you got to have with it. But life insurance and things like that is definitely uncomfortable, but it needs to be had. Pastor just listen to your helpmate. She's helping you out, and you don't even know it. Exactly. What I did.
Don't worry about it. Just you talking and not communicating, but we're gonna communicate now.
I did. I ain't even did nothing. Tam, what I did? what I do?
Lord help him.
Anywho. Yeah, Deshaun, get a policy on it, though, dog. And your kids can be a rider. That's a great thing about it. Mm. So everybody covered for the 99-2000. But yes, but you know, it's very important to be clean. And it's very important, man, to go to the doctor. What other questions you had? There's a couple things they son. What else? Hey, Deshaun said I'm lost. Would I say something? You gonna take me out?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. It's over. The conversation is gone. We moving on.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Later on another time.
Help me, Deshaun.
No, it's not that. You're making things just worse. Y'all got anything else to talk about on this one before we go to the next topic? Anybody, any more feedback? Any more? Tell people how y'all handle it. What y'all think, or y'all share. We talked about cleanliness. We talked about health, getting to the doctor, taking care of your spouse, helping your mate, and all of that. Any questions, any comments on that? Anything we need to clear up about that?
Please clear some stuff up, because I'm right now trying to figure out what's going on around me, bro. trying to, but
You was just gonna do
the
tonight.
question that I really want to ask tonight, and this is something I didn't know how to do it, but I think this is the right time um, to do it. When you look at your marriage,
Mm.
and I hate to say, are you happy? But are you satisfied? That's the question. That can I use the word? Are you happy in your marriage? Are you content? Are you full of life in your marriage? Is your marriage full of life? I'm trying to find because happy is a but
They say I have a great wife, but at times she don't see things my way. I have to change to make us better as a family. That's compromising.
correct. And James, that's a good thing. That is, and that's actually the mandate that Christ gave us as men. He says, "Men, love your husband, and Christ loved the church that He died for."
Men love your husband.
I mean, men love your wives as Christ loved the church
That's
that He
right.
died for.
That's funny.
Thank you. And what it means is that, man, a lot of time us as men, we got to die to a lot of things for the betterment of our marriage. It's gonna be some things you want to say, some things you want to do, some ideas you have, and you may have to die to it for a season. Unalive,
You know, something to
unalive, unalive, unalive to it for a season, um, for the betterment of your family. Remember, Christ unalive so we can so we can live. You're saying Christ gave up His life so we can live. So you got to know that as a husband, you got to give up some things so that your family, that your house, that your marriage can live. But He told the wives, "Hey, now you got to submit to this. You got to submit to it. Now I got to unalive to it, but you got to submit to it." I truly believe that too, Nick. Nick said he have a great wife, but his wife like things her way, and I think that's a Fraser Home thing, Nick.
No, that's a woman's thing.
They want it their way. They want it. They Burger King.
That would be the topic every week: her way versus my way. Let's just make it work, okay?
They want it, and once again, Nick, I always put it to perspective. Like, what are your perspective of it? And then two, Nick, look at it this way, because this thing I ponder in my mind in our marriages. Am I dishing out what I'm asking for? So if I'm asking for things to be this way, am I dishing out for this? Exactly. Because of a lot of time in marriage, on both sides, we man, Rock, hey y'all, a lot of times in marriage, man, we want things our way, but we ain't dishing out what we.
It's the scale.
It's like you
gotta make that thing.
You gotta make it balance. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be here and there.
You gotta make it balance. And that's why a lot of people are not happy. That's why a lot of people looking at, do I want to still be married? I can see now there's some people watching us trying to figure out, should I still be married, man? I'm going through this in my marriage and stuff. And that's why I asked the question, are you happy? How do you feel about your marriage and things? Because sometimes feel like you're doing more than your spouse is doing, or you're not getting the same energy, how they say that you're putting in that you're getting back. So it's almost like you're not getting a good return on your investment. And so that's why that communication is good, but you really got to sit down and you really got to say, now how I want him to be is the same energy that I need to be. You feel what I'm saying? What I'm asking for is what I need to be giving.
Right, and like you want the ones like y'all be talking about, he won't stay home. He always going out. He out with his friends, out with this and that. Well, are you out with your friends? Are you out doing this? If we gonna stay home, let us stay home together. So you can't. What's good for the goose got to be good for the game.
And I truly believe that is a difference. Now, do you want him to stay home or do you want him to stay to the house? Because some houses are not home. Have you made it a home for him to stay in? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes now you don't want him to stay home because it's not a home. You want him to stay in the house. You don't want him to be outside. You feel what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of people that's married, but boy, they be outside so much. And that's why your house is not a home, because you're too busy being outside. You feel what I'm saying? You giving all that energy to the outside, You ain't bringing that energy that should make your house a home. The difference between everybody's house is what's on the inside that make it a home. You know what I'm saying? So that's man, I don't want to be too deep because we understand, but that's a lot of issue goes on in our marriage. Is that, man, a lot of people look, man, I want that big house. Nah, I'd rather have a big home than have a big house. I'd rather have big love. I'd rather have big peace. I'd rather have big joy. I'd rather really love each other, not just tolerate each other. I never want to be in a place I'm tolerated. I only want to be in places that I'm celebrated. That's why I make sure that I try to celebrate my wife. I celebrate my children. I celebrate everybody in my church. I try to celebrate everybody because I never want you to feel tolerated. I want you to always feel celebrated because that's how I want to feel. I want to feel celebrated when I come around you. I don't want you to just think, oh, here you go. I don't want that. Now that's not. So I set the atmosphere once again. I set the atmosphere for what I'm desiring. Never ask from a person more than what you are willing to do. Correct, Sabrina. Correct.
Is it really their way or just the way you don't agree with? I don't agree with a lot of things my husband wants to do, but I understand it can be my way. It can't be my way all the time.
Correct.
Exactly.
And that's a good question though, because a lot of times
that's most of the time, and that is the thing. It's
that
not
is
really just my way. It's just a way that
you don't want to do it.
And like he said, oh, we always had a thing about the whole folding thing. Is it how your way is the right way? It's just a way that you don't agree with, and that's where you gotta agree to disagree. That's where that comes into play.
So I agree to get the towels out of the dryer, put them in a basket, and I agree to put them at your feet and let you fold them. I agree to spin the block back when you call and come put them up and pick them up and put them in just the same way you want me to tuck them in the closet. I agree to do that. So we've learned through communication to, hey, this is going to work, this ain't going to work, we're going to do this, and then we come with a plan.
And we do that too, even with the laundry. Like we're hanging up the clothes. I don't like to put the clothes in the closet because the closet is so tight. So I use his muscle. I put all the clothes on the hanger, and then I use his muscle to push the clothes and put it in the closet. But Janae says, how do you know when you're happy in the marriage? Now, baby, that's
Lord.
Okay,
help me, Lord.
Let Tamara talk to her. She said, can you spend more time, Janae, can you spend more time laughing and enjoying each other than you do bickering? When you look forward to seeing the other person, when you think about each other as you're making big decisions in life and not just thinking of yourself.
Yeah. So for me, my definition be, man, I go all day long thinking about her. Like every I won't say my every move and things, but she's always on my mind. Every step of the way, everything I do on a day-to-day basis is my wife is on my mind. My wife is on my mind. That's why I don't let my husband.
How do you know in that question?
Hold on, wait, hold on, wait.
What else we gonna say that answer?
But she said something about some towels.
She just said that's why she don't let her husband fold towels because he fold them ugly. Exactly.
It ain't ugly.
He do this.
It's creative.
No, he roll it. Like
it's art. It's art. It's not ugly, Ty. It's heart. It's art. It's heart. And I do it from my heart.
That's not true.
I fold it 3 times. One for the father, one for the son.
He be rolling that guy. Like, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And you say happiness. The thing is, when you say happiness, you're really not looking for happiness. You're looking for that joy.
That
your
peace.
Why. Your joy and your peace, because your happiness is what's contingent. We don't want to say happy because happiness is contingent on what's happening.
Right.
So long as you good, you're happy. But when things get rough, then you're unhappy. But when you got that joy, no matter what's going on, I'm still joyful. I'm still glad that we're doing this thing together. We're gonna look back and like, what?
No, I'm listening.
Like that? Why are you looking at?
Because you just told me not to yell and stuff. You just.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
come on now. Go ahead though. Go ahead. Go ahead. You was on the road. I was listening, and you just looked at me. That's what I do to. I make it stop a train of thought. I still got it, boy. Check this out. But
so yes.
Go ahead.
Say, and that's where the thing is: couples that laugh and hang out and spend time together, and etc. And there's still no peace. Because one thing tied with that, a lot of people put on. You gotta understand your happiness. It's not happiness. It's joy. Joy within. Like you have to find joy And again, joy is unconditional. Joy is everlasting. It's everlasting joy. It's something that you look forward to no matter what. We have some good days, we have some bad days in life in general.
Right.
But you ain't gonna disregard your life because of your unhappy times. And that's the difference with joy and happiness coming. You gotta find your joy and not just seek happiness. Because I'm telling you, marriage, you is gonna have a lot of unhappy days. Because again, like we already talked about things going our way or going not against what we think is our way. So of course you're not going to be happy. So that's my thing. So you got to find your median in your marriage on what you feel. Stop allowing issues to be content. Like you allow issues to dictate your feelings in your marriage, if that makes sense.
But to me, I feel like a lot of people are, and I use the word happy, but a lot of people like happiness because of what they built their marriage on, and that's the issue. Like if you built your marriage on the money that you make,
right, and getting stuff,
and getting this material things and all, you're not going to be happy because that's going to fade away. So it comes a time when you got to ask yourself,
I didn't see you over here talking.
What is it that you build your marriage on to find that happiness? Because if you, a lot of people, I have found out the craziest thing. I have found out that a lot of people got married because they just wanted to be married. Like they just can't be by themselves. It ain't a fact of who married them. They would have married as anybody. The simple fact that they just had to be married. You know what I'm saying? So some people have a isolation issue. They can't be to themselves. So they go just marry anything just to say, child, I'm married. Some people are in some miserable marriages because they just refuse to be by themselves. And you know what I'm saying? So when you look at the happiness, I think happiness is kind of a weird word. A weird word. I think it's security. Like, are you secure in your marriage in the sense of knowing that, hey man, no matter what goes on, he ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Or do you got a travel bag that you will pack real quick if things get going?
Wow,
so
that's good. What she say? She said you want to be on one accord. Marriage is a corporation. Everyone has to play their part.
Yeah. Everybody have to play. Everybody have to pay. And I think too, once again, just doing the checking the facts and stuff and dealing with, talking to different married folk and getting different backgrounds and stuff. It's like I think a lot of time we forget the covenant we made. Like as the marriage is going, you forgot that you made this covenant to God and because when hard time come, we turn marriage from a covenant to a contract, and we talk about it all the time. Is that you gotta remember you in a covenant. A covenant, the wind gonna blow, storms gonna come. You can bend, but you can't break. You know what I'm saying? Because covenants are not made to break. Covenant is not made to break. There's nothing about a covenant should have any breakable ability. You feel what I'm saying? When you really took that covenant for what it really is. So for me, I feel like, to be secure, to be happy, is, man, when that person is always on your mind. I truly feel like, man, my wife stays on my mind no matter what's going on. I make every decision based off of my marriage. It'd be many times I want to quit, man. How many jobs I want to walk off and all, but I realize, man, I got a wife, I got a family, I got people that depending on me. So things I used to do, I can't do no more. I can't be selfish. I got to be selfless, especially as a man. I'm coming as a man standpoint. As men, we can't be selfish. We got to be selfless. But then, as women, you can't be selfish. You got to be submitted. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you got to be submitted to the cause. But then, as a man, you got to be selfless to this cause, and that's how you go hand in hand. That's how the two become one. I'm selfless. She's submitted. Man, that's how this thing gonna work. And we have learned in 18 years that this thing can work. We ain't telling y'all what we heard or what we seen. We telling you all what we live. And we realize that, man, one of the greatest 3 words I ever heard my wife say, but it really hurt my heart, was she said, it ain't hurt my heart. I say greatest 3 words, but it pierced my heart when she said it. She said, "You got it." Man, that thing hurt. Because it was like, I know she didn't really agree with what I was doing, but for us to get past this, she said, "You got it." Man, that thing changed my mind. All right, baby, what you want to do? Because I know that this gonna linger on for a little while.
No, you got it.
But you got it. But it's 3 words that's so powerful. It come a time even as a man, you gotta say, you know what? You got it. You got it. Okay, let's see how this works. You got it.
And then we come back to and no, you don't take it so offensive.
Right, don't take offensive there. But it made me grow up when she said you got it, which means that now, bro, you about to barbecue and mildew. So now I'm hustling even harder to make this thing work because I don't want to bust my face because she done took her hands off it. She took her mouth, hands, and all off it. She ain't saying no more about it. She ain't gonna do all that. She said, man, you got it. Man, that thing shook me to my core. That thing, boy, it shook me to my core when she said, you got it. Man, decisions you want to make. If I say, hey, I want to sell a house and do all kind of stuff, she be like, hey, you got it. Man, do you know as men making them decisions like that, and for your wife to say, you got it, man, everything on your shoulders, everything like, man, that make you think really hard. That make you, man, leave no rock unturned. That make you think really smart about it. Bring out the best in you when they sit back and say, you know what? I'm gonna be submissive. You got it, man. That's gonna that helped me. That helped shape and mold me when she was like, man, you got it. And I know that sounds so hilarious, but then it really did when she said, man, you got it. Because I'm used to having her to fall back. I'm used to her, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I am falling, she always there to catch it before it hit the ground. You feel what I'm saying? But when she say, man, you got it, that let me know, boy, that net gone.
That's it. Look, Tad, it don't take a whole lot. And that's what you gotta say, man. You don't take a whole lot. You ain't gotta keep carrying on. And that's one
thing.
That's what
man, you got it.
Like you just said, you ain't even had to say nothing. The only thing you did was
throw your clothes back on the floor. Yeah.
And they understood immediately. They got that time. That's why a lot of things, some things you just don't have to say. They'll catch it.
Right.
Sometimes less is best. Yeah. Less is more. Right. Less is more.
Yeah, but I just know, you know, and that's why I brought up about like, are you happy? Are you things? Because man, it's I know it is, and I don't even know who all on this live, but I know it's some folk watching us, man, that just really questioning their marriage. You know, you really looking for help. You really questioning your marriage, and you got to get to a point of, and the main goal that we have is anything worth keeping is worth fighting for. You know, and so you got to really examine your marriage, examine yourself and your role in this marriage. Examine yourself first in this role in this marriage, because man, my wife is gangster, and I'm a gangster too. But because we talk about marriage, but okay, I can call you out. But it's like, because I don't want people to think we talking about them. But it's like, it's just some things, and this word sounds scary, but is a respect thing. Allow. Like, it's some things that my wife just ain't about to allow. Like, man, I'd be nervous to turn that door if I walk in this house 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Man, I'm shaking and bro, man, I got a key. I don't care if I got a key, no the code, no. If I won't dare walk in this house, man, I better be in the emergency room. She come to get me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just some things that my wife won't allow, and there's something with me that I just don't, and it's respect, and it's not, and it's just not allowed. But it's something that it's the issue we have. If I feel this way about it, she feel this way about it. But out of respect for each other, man, just some things I won't do. I won't try my wife on certain things. I won't even try my wife on coming in the house all hanging out late and doing this shit. I won't ever try my wife in certain areas because it's just that respect, and vice versa. So
y'all, real quick, funny story about that with the coming in the house, man. This man put me to bed like 9 o'clock. I went out to a birthday dinner with some friends, and we just went to dinner. Literally, when I came home, alarm on, house shut down. I'm like, bro, we got the midnight, man. I just came on stuck in. Man, this man had me in bed by 9:30. I came in at a decent hour, but it was respect. Listen, even my friends, they knew. They was like, you hanging out? I said, y'all know, long as I'm in the house by midnight, I got to midnight.
Yeah, but that's so for our house. It's midnight.
Now we out together. We might hang out
at 12 o'clock. My boy, you better find a place to stay. That's for my kids. That's why my older daughter hate coming home because she know by 12 o'clock my house is shut down.
But that's an hour rule.
You better go.
So that's where y'all got to get a mutual
understanding. Get the understanding.
And then understand what the consequences that come behind it. Because a lot of, and I'm not saying, I know we as adults, it's hard to like, I won't say control, but
it's respect. I'm married. I shouldn't be out there all the time of night doing all kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, bro, now we out there together, we good, but still being married together, we still walking in this door by 12 because we don't need to be out there. Ain't nothing out there for us. I night capping him. You feel what I'm saying? So ain't nothing out there after 12 for us. It ain't nothing about that. But nah,
see, Rocky told me she don't play about that midnight. You know, Rocky.
Yeah, like we don't do. But even with that, like she went out to dinner. It was like nothing. Me, I was here with the girls. And man, the girls was like, well, they go in their room. The girl told me good night or whatever. So I was like, all right, well, y'all go to your room, go to my room too. I put the alarm on so that I can hear her come in. Man, by the time she came in, I was sleeping stuff. We went to bed. Me and my girls went to bed. I was like, she was doing her thing. Let me tell y'all what really happened. She thought I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I couldn't move without her. Man, me and my girls had dinner. We were chilling. We watched the movie, went to bed. She was expecting me to be up, sitting by the door, waiting for her to come in and ask her what happened and all that. Y'all like, nah, I was in the bed. We went to bed. But I never happened. She was like, oh, you changing. I ain't changing, girl. I'm tired.
Look,
I went to bed.
Listen, I know my cousin. I ain't even worried about you. First of all, you going to be asleep before 9 o'clock. You talking about that works for your home. I don't hang out. So if I'm out, I don't see you at 2 a.m. Everybody, before you make it.
Man, somebody gonna be toting you up and so you when they sleep. Yeah, but it's not. And Chairman, that's right. It's not control. Not control. Respect. And it's honor. You want respect to be in your house, and you want other people to respect your marriage. You got to have respect for each other. You want other people to respect. You ain't calling my house all the time of night. You ain't doing all kind of stuff. You ain't even coming sideways on how you approach us or say things to us because it's that respect. You gotta have that respect, but you gotta have respect for each other. You gotta have that respect. He didn't mean to fall asleep. Man, no, Tam, I went on the bed. I laid there.
Instead of waiting about it, he gonna go ahead and go to sleep.
I went on to sleep. Nah, me and my girls hung out. I love hanging with my girls. Me and my girls hung out, bro. We ate. You know, do my ride or dies, and man, we went on to bed. They told me good night. I said, well, I'm going to bed too. That's what it was. When my daughter tell me good night, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. But I really say, man, you gotta respect, man. You gotta have respect. You want people to respect your marriage. You gotta show respect for each other. And you can't be out there telling all your business, and then when y'all finally get on good terms, you expect other people to see your marriage like how exactly. You can't do that. That's once again it fall back to, and all this go back to the cleanliness because we think cleaning just picking up clothes.
You about to preach.
Ooh, nah. Y'all think cleaning just putting up clothes. Y'all thought we forgot about cleaning. It's all come full circle. Man, cleaning is about everything from attitudes, how you carry yourself, how you respect each other. If you disrespect each other in front of your kids, what kind of respect your kids gonna have for y'all? This cleaning up thing is more than clothes. It's more than folding laundry. If you respect each other, you'll handle money. You'll save. You'll put up. You'll pay the bills. You'll do stuff. If you respect your marriage, you won't want to be homeless or borderline, getting evicted and all this stuff. If you respect your marriage and your family, you will want what's best for them. You feel what I'm saying? If you have that, man, I'm telling you, man, if you respect your marriage, like the other day, we was in Virginia, I went downstairs and I went and got coffee. I hadn't brushed my teeth, but I went and got coffee and I came back. My wife, and I went to kiss my wife. She was like, did you brush your teeth this morning? I said, yeah, I brushed my teeth. Well, you need to do it again. Because your breath stink. That coffee, this and that. So she made me go in there and brush my teeth and job again. But I respect her for telling me. Because we about to go in front of a whole bunch of people. And I don't want to be sitting there praying and all this jobs and thinking folk falling out and this is my breath. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we about to go meet people. We meeting different people. We're in a whole different atmosphere. And she's like, no, you need to go check your breath. I respect that. And we can laugh about it because that's our relationship because we laugh about everything. You know, we talk about everything.
And
but
we real and you
got be real, but tell me.
Because How would you
Tell
look at?
me.
Because I'm telling you, people behind you is talking
They
about
talking
you.
about
So
me.
if they talking about you, they talking about me too, because they look like, well, how she let him come out like
Come out
this?
like that.
So we
Tell me.
represent each other, and that's where
Yeah.
again that helpfulness come in. It
Tell
wasn't
me.
a bashing thing, because I rather you tell me what's going on with me, because again, we're naked in front of each other. We know each other.
Right.
We're open.
We open
We're
to each other.
completely naked to each other. So you should be able to tell me when something is wrong.
Wrong.
And it wasn't in a mean or
No, right.
thing fake.
It was just straight up, hey man, you need to go brush your teeth.
Yeah,
Right, your birthday.
Go take care of that.
You know, and it wasn't straight like that. She was like, man, your breath smell like coffee. Which I drink coffee all day. So she was like, man, your breath smell like the coffee. You need to go brush your teeth, wash your mouth out again. You know, so, but I respect that. And that's what I love about it. Don't let me go out here looking crazy, because I'm not going to let you. Hey, girl, you need to check that. Hey, you need to go do this here now. I don't like, I don't, you know, them clothes there down. That's fitting too tight now. That's just that. Because you want to have that respect, because you don't want your good even spoken of. You feel what I'm saying? And once again, that's part of being, that's your Christian walk. That you don't want your good. So even in her absence, I still want to be good. Or my absence. That's why my wife can be anywhere, and I don't think about, oh, she doing this, she doing that. No, because man, I trust her. That's our Christian faith. I trust her walk with Christ more than anything. Because our number one goal is to be pleasing to Christ before we ever pleasing to each other. Because she ain't got a heaven and hell to put me in, and I don't have one to put her in.
And that's what you gotta first have that relationship.
You feel what I'm saying?
Real relationship with Christ.
You gotta have that relationship with Christ.
All in all, once you have that relationship with Christ, that reverence for Christ, that will help your marriage
a whole lot,
tremendously. Because now, am I going to do? Because I'm doing these things, like you said, love your husband as you know, as Christ loved the church. Like you're doing this unto God. Like your marriage is a representation of the bride coming back. Right. Him coming back for the church. Like that's all part of your relationship.
Right.
So your relationship with your spouse, Mm-hmm.
Finish your thought.
I forgot you threw that over. You threw my train of thought.
I do that to you, gotta know.
I know what I was saying.
Still got it.
What I was saying.
Oh, your relationship with Christ for yourself. That because it help your marriage.
Correct.
Carry on.
Yes. So that helps your marriage. If you got a relationship
it's with Christ, thing.
That's gonna make you do better in your marriage. Because again, when you look at it. When I do these things to Christ.
Yeah, I'm doing this
I'm doing unto Christ. Like that's what
right. You're doing it. Why submit to your husband unto Christ?
It's not like you're submitting.
Correct.
Like that will make you do things differently. That will make you forgive unconditionally.
Yeah, forgive and forget.
I use this
and forget
and forget all the time, because the things that we do to Christ, how we say we with Him today, and we with Joe Blow or Sue tomorrow, and you expect God to forgive you of it. Right. You still have to have that same open forgiveness for your spouse. You got to extend that same grace and mercy that you want upon yourself, upon your spouse. And most of the time, women, as you beating up this man and doing these things, but you got to say, like, God could beat you up the same way. Because while you beating him, God is steady beating you. Because look at yourself in the mirror.
Because I always want to know, how you want a strong man if you keep beating him down?
Come on, sir.
And I want my man to be strong. You beating the man down.
Wow.
Hey, you want a strong man, you beat the man down. You want a man to handle everything, you beat him down.
Something like that with me.
Hey, you want it? That's crazy. That's diabolical.
Rob, how you expect your man to be? Rob, find that again. The thing that you shared with me, I want to read that.
How you expect your man to be Superman if you the kryptonite? He can't. That's not going to work. You got to be something different, or vice versa.
Wow, that's
vice
really
versa.
Good. Rock, can you try to find
and that's definitely vice versa.
And that was so profound. For the men.
And those who watch, we need 4 more shares. Those who knew, please share. We need 4 more shares to hit our quota of 20 shares tonight. And make sure y'all go over to YouTube, O'Berry Kingdom. Man, we are doing some amazing. We about to upgrade our area.
Go ahead and drop those stars. We need a star party, Ty. So what if your mate doesn't have that relationship to even treat their marriage Christ-like? Wow.
So I believe we talked about this a couple of times, especially depending on if your mate don't have that Christ, then you that have Christ, you be the light to them. The Bible says you'll know that you my disciple, that you love one for another. So it ain't about your shout, ain't about your words and how deep you can pray and all this here. The main thing that's going to draw your spouse to Christ is your love. Love covers a multitude of sin. Love, so ain't about you beating over here to come to church and all this stuff. You got to love. And I think the greatest challenge of loving folk is realizing that you got to love them even when you don't like them. You got to be able to learn how to love folk when you don't like them, because you're not always going to like. We've been married going on 18 years and she don't always like me, but she loves me. Love covers that. Christ don't always like us. He don't like the sins that we do. He don't like the decisions we make. But through it all, he looked past our faults. That's the dislike. And supply your need. That's the love. So the way that you handle your marriage, that your spouse that don't have Christ like that, is you love. I mean, I came up in church where they tell you, man, you gotta learn how to love the hell out of people. Mm-hmm. You gotta be able to love the hell out of them. You feel what I'm saying? And you got to be that, because if Christ is in you, that's all you need. The Christ in you will resonate and will ignite the Christ in them, because the Christ in you so big, if you can't hold it, it's gonna bust out of you. It's going to bust. But you can't be double-minded. You can't sit here and say we got Christ and then you out here raising hell. Bitter and sweet water can't come out the same fountain. That's why people struggle with the Christ, because a lot of times you're the only Christ they see. And if Christ look like this, if Christ talk like this, if Christ act like this, if Christ beat me down, if Christ don't like my mama, if Christ don't deal with my family, if Christ don't, how you telling the same God have grace and you won't even say hey to my mama? If Christ gonna be this way, then I don't want that. So a lot of times we draw people away from Christ. That's why the scripture tells us, woe unto them that scatter my sheep. You got to be careful, because you can be the very reason why your spouse don't come to Christ.
I want y'all to listen to this.
I'm just giving an example of that.
Okay.
Go ahead and read it.
Y'all can hear it. I want y'all to hear it.
Being a man has to be one of the most difficult things in this world, because when I hear some of the requests that women have and how they can contradict themselves, I get confused. It's like, I don't need you to be too sensitive, but how dare you not share your feelings and your emotions with me? I need you to be a good leader, but understand that I won't be following you and I won't be listening to you, and you can't lead me anywhere. But be a good leader. Be strong and show a level of vulnerability, but not too much, because then strength and vulnerability cannot coexist together, because now I'm going to think that you're weak. I want you to be truthful and honest, but not too truthful to where you telling me the truth about me, and now I got to feel some type of way towards you, because you're supposed to be on my side at all points in times. Read my mind, but don't you dare assume that you know what I'm thinking. Meet my needs, even though I'm not going to tell you what my needs are all the time, but I expect for you to just know somehow. Be financially stable, but make sure you have a whole bunch of time, even though it takes time to make money. Now, when you hear some of these requests out loud and you see how they contradict themselves, don't it sound silly? And wouldn't you be just as confused? Unpopular opinion.
Very unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
To that of how women we tend to contradict, and the man be so confused.
Right. You want a whole lot of stuff, but you don't want me to work. Because I can't be home and at work at the same time.
And you want him to express his needs and tell you his emotions and all that, but then you're going to
use it against him.
Exactly.
When you just cried the other night.
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do it. They will do that.
That was good though. That was good. That was good.
I'm gonna share that with y'all ladies, because really, it'll open up your eyes. That y'all do sound silly.
Janae, you're right. Though she says, how do you want a strong woman and you beat them down? Correct. You can't beat each other down. You cannot, and that's vice versa with it. That's vice versa, man. You cannot have that. You gotta be strong, and you gotta realize to have that respect for each other. And you can't use just like this lady said.
Yeah, exactly. They call him sassy. You think he's sassy because he's telling you his emotions or things like that. But you can't do that.
And you can't use the downfalls of your spouse and the vulnerable moments of your spouse against them when you get in arguments and all.
I don't agree. I think it was just really contradictory, because it makes us think that we want all of these things, but then you don't want these things. I mean, that's for the majority time. Right. I know for you it sounds like I'm immature.
Some people has outgrown some things.
People really do have those thoughts.
They do.
She hit me. I got hit with the whole the financial side of things. And my husband, that has been one of our biggest
things. Like
for us.
You want a certain
I
lifestyle.
always want him home,
but you want me home.
Exactly.
That's not going on.
And I really don't, but I do, because he be like, but you won't never have a problem swiping. And
and I was there. I say, when you walk in the store, you never look at price tags. No, here you pull out what you want and you swipe, but then you want me to be home.
Yeah,
you can't.
It's very contradictory.
Math ain't mathing. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't want this lifestyle and then you want me to be home. That's not going to work. You can't say you want all this stuff here and do this here. You want to take trips and you know how y'all women do. I want this here, but then you want me to be home. That's not going to work. You know,
balance.
That'd be our argument. That'd be our argument to balance. And then I always tell them I'm trying to balance the checkbook. You want like you want this. So what balances you? But once again, but then, you know, to even coincide with that, I had to realize, okay, let me get to the understanding of what she's saying to me. So now I had to realize, okay, now I don't have to work on certain days. I ain't got to work so long, or I can't I ain't really have to do this. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So it made me start prioritizing what I need to do compared to what I want to do, and then make sure I have that space, because I can't give the world everything and don't give my house anything. You know what I'm saying? So once again, that's communication. That's levels to it. To getting that understanding that I can't be so money bound and business bound that I lose the business and things of my house. Right. And so, because money is not everything. Money can't buy everything. Money is not is the love of it is the root of evil. There's nothing wrong with money and all this stuff, but once again, you can't make that the main focus, because you'll lose everything behind it. Right. Christ said, "What profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul?" You know, so that's the main thing. I never met any woman that think
like this. So maybe that's why I can say this as in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And we hit because I have. It's well, you know, we go through a lot.
That is different. Different mindsets.
And that's a great thing that you don't think like that, because we should.
But you'll be surprised, man. These girls right here different. My thing I like is give me what you want.
And that's exactly, and then
right. I agree.
And that's on both perspectives.
Yeah.
You got to see that on both sides. My thing is, I like, give me what you want, and that goes both hands in hand. We tell y'all 100. If you giving me 100 of you and I'm giving you 100 of me, nothing is lacking. Nothing is nowhere falls if we got 100.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, balance. By all means, go to work, but you don't have to pick up additional days that wasn't on your schedule.
And once again, I agree, and that's why I say about the balance. I realize, hey, I ain't got to necessarily pick that up, do this here.
And y'all know we transparent and open. The moment football season ended, what you was trying to do? You was like, I think, Tam, I had to stop him from you. What he was trying to go and pick up. First of all, the football season had already took up our Friday date nights. It had took up his schedule, and he has been all over the place. So he was trying, as soon as football season was over, he was ready, because you know he got a servant heart. He was ready to go to the nursing home and do bingo. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I miss my bingo, though.
I had to give him that. No, even though it was a volunteer, but I know his heart. But at this moment, that's me trying to take care of him, because I know you have been stressed and pulled thin. So at this point, no, we're not going to do this as his helpmate, so you can get more time. That frees up time. And that makes me wonder, do you not want to be home?
Yes.
Just check.
That's why I told Tamara I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I told Tamara I couldn't do it.
That was one of those.
But man, them my bingo folk, though. My folk used to love me playing bingo.
As a man that sit down with you over a year ago to save his family, that's when me and my wife came to see you guys. Do you see a different man? Absolutely. And that's and James, you said that, which makes me hey.
Make sure we can share. We need 4 more shares,
hey,
y'all.
20.
Make sure y'all get on Facebook.
That is so. What you just said. He said from the time he met with us a year ago to today, do we see a different man? And I say yes. And that's what we have to understand, ladies and gents. You have to be able to.
Boy, Tam,
you be trying to look at the whole, all the things, all the parts at once. If you do, give me my kudos for this one thing. Because women, we tend to say, because you didn't do all these things and you beat me over my head or you knocked me for this one thing that I didn't do or these two things that I didn't do, but you ain't giving me no kudos. And I had to learn this with my children. I had to realize that I kept punishing them and chastising them for all the bad things they doing and not doing anything or rewarding them or
for
even
the
say for the good things. So
you.
you have to do something, give things or give them recognition for the good things. Well, to me, again, we talked about this. Thank you, make room for more. Right. So even giving me my kudos or, giving me a leg, baby, thank you for doing this or thank you for doing that. That would make me maybe go ahead to the next task. But don't beat me up because I didn't change 100. I didn't do a whole 180. That's 180.
Yeah.
That's 180. Yeah, I didn't do a whole 180, but I'm about face. I'm not facing this way anymore. I'm almost to the right of the marriage. Give me time to get turned all the way from my ways. You have to give that grace. That's where that grace comes in at. You're not perfect. No marriage is perfect and nothing is going to be perfect. But at least give those kudos. Like you said, James, and for you, you're not the same man that you was once a year ago. Rather that be whatever you stopped doing or changed to do from a year ago. Give him that grace.
That grace, yeah.
And that will make him say, okay, now I done chomped off at this. Now, hey, don't you lose this one thing that you done been doing good. So now let's pick up this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you was staying out to 2, and now you coming in at 12.
Right.
Like he always say, we use that scenario with Christian walk. If you were smoking 2 packs of cigarettes by this year, you should be down to a pack.
Right.
So all of that, you definitely must acknowledge the good. It's so important to acknowledge the good because some people want that recognition, and it's not saying that it's validation, but I want to hear that thinking. Like my husband, sometimes I put my all in, and I'm just saying appearance wise. And I'm like, dude, they ain't gonna say nothing. I got a whole attitude. Cause I got my hair done, my nails done, I put on clothes, I'm looking like somebody, you don't even acknowledge it. So you want to be acknowledged. That's just vice versa. We like to be acknowledged. Men like compliments. They like to be told that they look good, you're smelling good, or something like that. That thing is just a give and take. What's that I'm saying?
Oh no, she was saying this, not that. But yeah, Jane, we definitely see the difference in you. But at the end of the day, especially as a man, you want to be able to, keep it going. But also, when it comes down to your marriage and things, you want to keep things in front of you and what we're working on. And I always go back to ask yourself a question: hey man, what are we building? Where are we going? Because that's gonna, when you know where you're going, you can always look back at how far you have come.
Right.
A lot of time you get lost in things because you don't know where you're going. Good. Yeah,
You get your little things.
Nah, but for real talk though, and because I'm saying to y'all, I'm being very transparent on how I live within me. Is that when I know where we're going, I can see how far we came. And me and my wife, we sit back and laugh all the time on how we got and even the other day we laughed so hard because we was in the hotel and man, we had a queen bed. And man, it was like, boy, we ain't slept in the queen bed in years, man. We've been kneeing each other because we used to rolling over a couple of times and still be on our side and stuff. I was like, man, we can't ever get back in the more queen bed. I don't care. We got to pay whatever, man. Get me a king bed, But we was able to laugh about it because that's how far God done brought us. When we first got married, we had a full size bed with a baby in the middle of us. You feel what I'm saying? We were sharing. I used to roll over and fall off the bed every night. But now I'm able to, got a king size bed, do things. So it looked like, and not just on the material side to make you think about just how far, it realize how far you have come. So just knowing as a man, I look at where I'm going with my life, and then I see how far I came, and that's why too, the last few months, I want to say depression, but I was really kind of getting down within myself because I'm within myself asking God, okay, what's next for me? Because what's next for me is going to be what's next for my family, for where we're going. So I'm asking God, what is next? Now we not hit some targets, we not did some things, we not met some goals, we at a place that we wanted to be, but hey man, we're not at the finish point. So what's next? I'm asking God what to me, and then I got really down about it because I was waiting on the answer. Like I really did some stuff. My attitude kind of changed. My wife asked, "What's wrong? You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good," but it was some personal thing within myself. And I'm asking God, what's next? What is next for me? as a man to lead my family where we're going, you know, what we're doing. And so I had to take time apart to go to God for myself so I can lead my family. And in the midst of asking God where we're going, he always give me that glimpse of where we came from. So I never forget. I'll stay humble on where we came from, but I have hope and be excited for where he is carrying us. And that's how you can measure. That's how you can measure the success of your marriage. Is where you're at now, where you came from, and the hope and desire of where you're trying to go. And that's something I keep in front of us, just with each other, with that.
Okay, yes, if you don't compliment me fast enough, I would get up and look in that mirror and start complimenting myself. I'm like, sir, your woman look good, ain't it? Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do that too.
I mean, she look good. She know it though, you know. Sometimes
but
I be
want to hear it.
True. You want it. It's your heart. It's your booty, not it's.
That's ooh, girl for me.
But yeah, I love myself.
My first marriage changed for an individual, not for time.
Okay,
it all depends on what type of change needs to come about.
Correct.
Everything is not about saving the marriage. Some of it was because the other spouse doesn't like what their mate is doing.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why too, I Ty, you actually, that's why I asked the question, hey, you know, how you feel about your marriage, where you at? And I used the word happiness, and I really was trying to find a different word, but make you evaluate your marriage. Because in the sense of evaluate your marriage, first examine yourself and see where you're at within yourself. Because if I'm no good for myself, I'm no good for this marriage. If I'm dreading coming home, turning the knob and stuff, that's miserable. That's misery. And that means if I'm miserable, that means I know they miserable, and misery love company. That's why we're not healthy. That's why we're toxic in a sense. So you gotta examine all that. You gotta examine all that. You got to. And that's one thing you don't want to ever do is lose yourself. You don't want to ever lose yourself with it. And that's why we make sure, hey, I make sure you good. Like I asked my wife the other day, she thought it was crazy, but I asked her, so are you happy? She said, what's wrong? What's going on? I'm like, no, I just want to know. Like, why are you what's going on through your mind about our marriage? Am I still your desire? Am I still, you know what I'm saying? Because bro, I know it's 18 years in. People don't like old stuff and fading and stuff. Like, how do we make this thing new? How do we keep the spark going? How do we don't want to be new. I don't want to be leftovers. I always want to be a fresh meal. You know what I'm saying? I always want to be new. I don't want to be left over. Because when things get left over stuff, you don't keep that spark, man, you'll find yourself drifting off the other stuff. So I just flat out ask, hey, do I need to change something? Are you good? You still like me the way I am? You know, you still this, you know what I'm saying? Just to make it, hey man, because I want to be relevant. Even in my marriage, I want to stay relevant, you know.
And that's good to Janae, what they're examining myself. We all have to examine ourselves.
You gotta examine. You gotta examine yourself. You
and
gotta
be real and be truthful with yourself in your examination. So you have to
be true.
You have to,
because everybody, whether it's good or bad, both of y'all play a role.
Right.
Everybody got some issue or some role playing in this. You got to have some role. You got to realize your role in this, and it can't be viewed one sided. You can't just say you always right, they wrong.
Right.
Because that's the issue.
Open minded.
You got to be. You can't come to the conversation with a made up mind. Well, I want this. Nah, it's about what we need. Right. It ain't about what I want.
And it's
about what we need.
Uncomfortable. That's
uncomfortable.
I just made a post like don't fall out because of a disagreement. Right. Don't fall out because of a disagreement. It's going to be uncomfortable.
That's our co-producer giving us a sign. Y'all make sure y'all go to our YouTube page and subscribe, O'Berry Kingdom.
We need some stars, y'all.
We on our quest to 1,000 subscribers. We're on our quest, our quest to reach the nations.
Oh, thank you.
And once again, I want to send a shout out of the ministry in Chicago that follows us. They sent me a message. Shout out to this. I know it's Facebook. Yeah, I'm just saying, but they came on this too. I'm saying, but they. So I just want to say, in case they watching, you know, I just want to make sure all our people Those issues don't just pop out. Yeah, we overlook them. At one point, now all of a sudden, we want people to change overnight. Correct.
Oh, that's good. She read that out for the people on Instagram. She said those issues don't just pop out. We overlooked them at one point. Now all of a sudden we want people to change
Yeah.
overnight.
Cause we got excited about the wedding, ain't never planned for the marriage. Like a lot of issues that was there from the beginning. Like the Joker never kept a job, but you thought because you got married, you gonna keep a job. Like things like that. I'm just saying that for example. Oh, she wasn't. She
Thank
never.
you, Evangelist.
She ain't cook you. She ain't cook like that. You think because you got married, she gonna cook? You know what I'm saying? There's different stuff like that. They've been throwing their clothes on the floor. They've been doing certain things, and you was happy with it. But now that you think, man, you think some people think really putting this ring on supposed to magically appear and make it like, no, that's not it.
20 shares for tonight.
Yeah, that's not it. And Ty, that's a great thing because we see that a lot, man. If they've been doing it, they and I hate to say this in this way, but even with infidelity, like they've been having other people. You thought because you married them, that's the one for you. Like that was supposed to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like one time you were the other woman, you thought that was supposed to be, or vice versa. But we think just because you put a ring on it, that's supposed to stop it. Like, nah, that's not. That's what you looked over because you just had to be married. They've been taught to you that kind of way. They've been had that mindset. So it just, I mean, that's just, and it's not every story, but but we see that a lot. They've been doing that from the beginning. And be honest with you, that's something you kind of dig. But I think too, a lot of time when you're dating and you ain't living with that person, you ain't coming home with it. So you had your escape route when you were able to go to your house and you go do your thing and all. But when you in it, ain't no way getting around it, and you got to deal with it, face it, that's when it becomes reality. And I think that's where we draw the line at, because some things that was pretty, I always put it this way, even how I raised my daughter, man, I don't find things cute because what's cute now make me cry later. So I handled it. Like, man, them kids coming and shooting birdies and cussing all that stuff. No, we handled that right then. Because that same birdie they shooting at 3 will be the same one that they cuss me out when they get 19, 18, 17, 16. You feel what I'm saying? So I learned, man, everything cute now, I need to cut it. Because if I don't, it'll come back to make me cry later. It'll come back to hurt me. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the same thing. You know, but man, can she cook? Can she clean? The things I'm expecting, the things I want, and vice versa. Can I do this? Can I provide? Can he do this? You need to see them? Do they have the potential to even grow into this? Because that way, you know, you understand what you're getting into. And even in the midst of your marriage right now, and you may don't have that, it's not too late. You can make that change right now. But you gotta want it. You can have the best marriage that you're desiring. If you both desire to do it, make that. Both of y'all got to do it. It can't be one-sided. You know what I mean? People call me, Pat, you can't talk. I'm like, no, I'm need your husband because he ain't going to come, but we can't talk. I can't talk one side of the coin. I need both of them.
That's why Dream got them lips pinched now.
Yeah, you got to pinch them lips. I don't mind pinch them lips. Take that behind up. You got to. Because if you don't, you're creating something you can't control later on.
And marriage just can't work. That's all.
Yeah, marriage can't work.
It just got to be both parties working. You can't be in the ring fighting by yourself.
Yeah. Well, any more questions? Anything else? We get ready. Our producer says it's time to shut it down. It's 10 o'clock. We're 5 minutes away from 10. We've been on 5. We've been on at the 8.
These last 5 minutes to chit chat with us and tell us anything. Anything we need to clear.
We pray that something help y'all today.
We are not counselors. We're just experimental role models.
Yeah, we're just
we share our testimony.
Yeah, because y'all ain't gonna sue us.
Testimony. So now you need to have that dialogue and talk about future goals so you can get to the materials you all need to make things better for the home. Instead of making them feel bad about something you want to change tomorrow, work it at it together.
Yeah.
And my girl just summed it up.
Pick up the pieces.
That's what it is. You need to have that dialogue, that accountability and application. Now that we have given you this word, you have to apply it to the marriage. There's no need for you to just take, and I'm not saying our advice is going to work for everybody's home in every aspect, but you are never going to know if it worked if you never try it.
You gotta apply it.
You got to apply it. You have to try it just to see. And if it don't work, then hey, okay, we move on. But in order for it to work, you must apply it.
Rock got a good question real quick. Do you think a person should change when they get married? The
change needs to be.
No, I would say that when a person get married, a change has to be made. Changes that's how the two become one.
Yeah.
It has to be made.
Yeah, that's true.
Because both of y'all can't be bullheaded and expect to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, because your spouse makes you want to change. It makes you want to change for the good, for the better. And I would use it as growing up, man. If you got a child by a certain age ain't doing certain things, you gonna think something wrong with the child. You gonna take them to the doctor, you gonna get them help, and they may get diagnosed being certain things because they found out when they were 2 years old they wasn't talking, they wasn't pulling out parts, they weren't doing all this stuff. That's same like your marriage. When you get to a certain point, you ought to be hitting certain things. Y'all ought to be doing certain things. You ought to be growing on it. If you're not growing, that means your marriage have a problem.
Growth comes with change.
And you can't grow without changing. Your hair changed. I used to have dark hair. Now my beard full of gray. And I lost up top, but now my hair full of gray. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change. And as you're growing and as you maturing, that's how mature comes, by changing. Every butterfly was a caterpillar that went into a changing mode to be able to fly. You feel what I'm saying? Everything take parts of changing. You feel what I'm saying? If you're not going to change, you ain't never going to get nowhere. You know? Gotta change. It has to. It's no part about it. Even being a believer, being a Christian all by itself, you got to change. Because I tell people all this, especially when I preach funerals, you can come to Christ just as you are, but to get to heaven, you got to change. You got to change. You can come to church just as you are. You can wear your jeans, whatever you want to wear. You can come just as you are. Ain't nothing to it. But to get to heaven, it got to be a change. It got to be a change. To get where you need to be in life, you got to change. You got to change. We love y'all. Know you can do about it. 10 o'clock. We got to go. Time has changed. And you got to go. We love y'all. Did we reach our 20?
The shares is not it. We need some stars.
Oh, we need one more share. And we need some stars. And we need some moons. Me too. We late, but we about to go to bed. Man, listen, y'all. Free advertisement. They got Home Alone and Home Alone 2 on Freedom channel. Going, man, they playing them guys back to back to back to back to back. Y'all go watch Home Alone. You know that season.
But for the marriage.
What she say?
Rakia, change is required because you are no longer making decisions for yourself or for the marriage. But aside from the marriage, just as people change for the good is necessary at some point. Staying the same means there's no growth. Absolutely.
Right. No growth.
Good night, Ty. Thank you.
See
y'all. We love you too, James. We love y'all. We hope this helped everyone.
Yeah,
over here on TikTok.
You just gotta want what's best for your life and the best for your marriage. You gotta want what's best. That's what it boils down to.
Who's sending you these questions, Rakia?
So
somebody on the background. So tell them to show their face.
What should change? Now she about to keep us here for another 5 minutes.
I know. Tell them
what should change.
Stop sending questions too, because I know somebody's sending you questions. Because if I was this way before I married you, why do you expect me to change?
Because you gotta realize before you got married, you were single. So you ain't gotta change. Just stay single. The end. Then you get no benefit because the change for me to change your name, because either your name changed. That means everything about you changed. The way you think, the way you all that change. Now if you don't want to change, you don't have to change. Just stay single. Because you were single before I met you. You know what I'm saying? You've been going through. You've been through with all. You've been all this. You was all this. So don't change. Just stay that. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't gotta. That's not rocket science. Just stay single. I mean, or just if you don't change, just don't argue and trip about what you get.
Right. And don't expect change out of them.
Don't expect change out of them. Now, if you want to stay you, you do you, I do me, and whatever it is. Don't come to me about nothing. Don't do other shit. It is what it is. It's just what it is, and that's the real talk of it. If you don't want to change, then don't worry about it. You just get what you get, because you whatever you sow, that is what you're going to reap. So if you don't want to change, man, just keep eating the fruit you custom eating on. And that's what it is. Keep meeting the men you keep meeting, a woman, or keep having the same results. You can't expect a different result doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean that's a good question though with that. But you want to change. You want to change for the better. Yeah, stay single, man. You know, and that's what. Believe it or not, though, that's what happens in a lot of marriage.
Bye, girl. Oh, we back here.
We watch a lot of marriage that it seems like people could be in marriage and they live so like their life live so single. And it's like, man, how do they do certain things? Do that, being married? But once again, we realize, hey, that's not our marriage. But it's like, dog, they do some single-ish stuff, But some people just certain areas they don't have to change, So. Once in the day, I just believe when we say change, it's most back to that respect. Like you don't dress a married woman should never dress like they should change the way they dress because you're not single. You shouldn't do, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things like that ought to be
a change.
A change. Wow. That's just we love y'all. Nothing you can do about it. We gonna see y'all next Sunday, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Go subscribe to our channel, O'Berry Kingdom.
Oh, we were so in sync just now. Oh, how cute. Let me see you too.
You still on?
I know. Let me see.
You want to take it out? You want to leave it right? You want me to turn it to you?
In my face.